Hello guys, welcome back. This is my 30 PHP tutorial, and in this video I supposedly told you that we would start doing the search engine to search the database in our website or our CRUD test site. But before we do that search engine, I want to change some things here in the register form. And you know that when you do any forms at all, you have to confirm the password, right? Normally, when you register to a web page, you have password at the end, and then you have something saying confirm password, okay? Or type your password again to confirm it. So I'm going to do that in our form. So to start doing that, we have to type a new input in the form. So let's go to form.php and type tr and td with, and basically we are typing the same thing that we have in the other lines. Okay, so now we type confirm password and close table data, open table data, input type equals password as well, and in the name here we type, instead of password as we did here above, we have to give it another name. So let's type C password. Okay, and close that, close table data, and close table row, and that's it. Let's save this. Let's see the result here, and there it is. Okay, so we have now name input, the email input, the password input, and the confirm password input. Okay, so what we need now is to make sure that whatever we type in here has to be the same that we type in here. Okay, and that way the password will be confirmed as a valid password. Okay, so we have to change a little bit the code here in the insert.php. So let's go there, and to start we have to get the variable post C password. Okay, have to get the value that we type in here, and we get that with the name here, C password. So first let's create C password C password variable, and the value of that variable is the value that we pass through the C password input in the form that we post. And now in here, after we confirm that we have a name, an email, and a password, after password we also want to confirm that we type the C password. So let's type C password. Okay, and in here we're gonna type a new if statement saying if password equals exactly to C password, do this or run this code here. Basically run the whole code. And in here, after echo you successfully registered, we have to close the condition, this condition here. So I'm gonna put this a little bit organized. here, here, and this here, and this here, here, and a little bit this one here, here, or here, and the cells here, here, and this here, include here. And now what I want is to have another else statement here. Okay, so if you are a little bit confused and you lost the where we were, after the echo you have successfully registered, you have to type the close bracket that belongs to this if statement here, password equals to password, and here type else after closing bracket, open and close another bracket, and in here type echo, and inside we have to type an echo message. Okay, so echo a message saying that if password, which is the first password input, is not equal to confirm password, what do we want to the message to be? So if it's not equal, echo your passwords don't match. Okay, and basically that's it. Save that, and let's go back to the register form, refresh. So let's see if it works. Name, let's give a new name saying let's say Billy. Email, you can type Billy hotmail.com, whatever email you want. Password 123, and let's say confirm password 122. Okay, so this is the first password. We type 123, and in here we type 122 to see if our script works. Okay, we should have a message saying your passwords don't match. Okay, let's register, and that's it. It works perfectly. Okay, guys, so the passwords don't match. We have to go back and type 123, and now 123 as well. Confirm, and now it should work, and the register should be able to register successfully. Register, you have registered successfully. And of course, if you go to the user, at the bottom we have Billy registered with the Billy hotmail.com and the password 123. Okay, guys, so this is how it works, and this is how we make the script to work with a confirmed password input. So see you guys in the next video, and yes, in the next video I promise you guys that we will start doing the script to build our search engine to search our database. Okay, so see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to my video tutorial number 31. And I'm sorry guys, because I promised you, I know I promised you from the last video that we would start doing the search engine application to our CRUD test site. The problem is that I found some problems with the code or in the script of Insert.php, and I want to change a little things in the script here. Okay, this is the script that processes all the information about the form, the register form. Okay, but I want to improve some little things, and what I want is to make sure that we have cool and clean scripts, and we can have the most functionality possible in the script, okay, for a better use in the web page. So to start, I want you guys to go to the form, and in the name here I'm going to show you how we can make a limit, a character size limit in the inputs, okay? Because let's open the browser. I don't want a user to register a name with 100 characters, right? And I don't want to have in my database large data in the name fields or in the email fields or whatever, okay? So let's go to localhost/test site. If I click register and I click here 111, I'm still typing 1 and it goes on, okay? I don't want that, okay? I want to have a limit size here and email as well, and also a size limit to the passwords. So to do that, we go here, and after name we type max length equals, and now we type the number of the characters size limit that we want. So I want to be the name to be 15, and the max length of the email is going to be 30, and let me copy this, paste, and in here passwords, let's give it a 15 as well. Okay, so let's save this and insert. Let's go to insert.php now, and I want to change a little thing here, which is this if statement, which is this if statement that brings the message error name already exists, please type another name, okay? So what this if does is to find if there's any rows with the username already, the same username in the database, the same username that we are using or post in the register form, right? If there is a row, so we are saying if count is not equal to 0, it's because there's one or more than one row with that name. So we process this code, okay? Die the connection, and error name already exists, blah blah blah, okay? But I don't want that, so let's take this out. I'm going to show you why. I want to echo here. Let's echo this name is already registered, and please type another name, okay? And here let's type else, open curly braces, and we are going to close the curly braces in here after the echo that says you have successfully registered, okay? So basically we're saying if there's a row with the same name, do this. If not, if there's not a row, insert the new name in the database, okay? So this is a better coding for the script. And now what I want you guys to see is the check mail, okay? So how to improve this script and make some a little bit more code and for the user when it types the email, Okay, we have the same functionality that we have here to search for an existing username or existing name in the database. What I want is to search for any existing email, so we would not have repeated emails. Okay, so if I type an email victor@hotmail.com and that same email already exists in the database, a message will appear saying email already registered. Please type another email. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Basically, it's pretty much the same thing as we did for the name. So we have to type a new variable, and let's call this our email equals, and we can take this line of code here, copy, paste, and instead of name here, let's type email, and in here let's type email, and in here as well let's change this to email. Okay, here let's type another let's say check email equals MySQL num rows and parentheses, and then inside the parentheses we have to type the name of this variable here, which holds the query to search if there's an email, the same email that we are registering. So let's type here our email. Okay, and now in here we type if, and we type if checkmail is not equal to 0. If checkmail is not equal to 0, echo this email is already registered. Please type another email. Okay, so here we type else and open curly braces, and we will close the curly braces in here. Okay, so perfect. I think that's it. We can proceed. Okay, let's save this. Let's open our test site. Let's see if this works. Refresh. And now let's see. Victor already exists. So let's type a new name. Or, yeah, let's leave Victor. Let's type here email. Let's type Dennis@hotmail.com. Okay, in the name, type a name here that you know you don't have, a new name, okay, that you don't have registered in your database. So I'm gonna type ja, and here type an email that you know you have registered before in your database. Okay, if you're not sure, you can go to the database or here to edit user and see if you have that email registered already. So type an email that you have registered before, and in the password let's type 123 and 123. Oops, 123. If I click now, let's see what happens. Oops, you have successfully registered. Check mail. Okay, something is not right here. Oh, okay. Check email. It's not check mail, it's check email. Okay, save that. And let's go back. Let's see, edit user, and I have here Dennis Hotmail. Okay, so register. Let's type whatever name I want. and email dennis@hotmail.com, and password 123 123. If I register, that's it. This email is already registered. Please type another email, okay? And you will not register. So if you go back, change this to whatever, 123 123, register. You have successfully registered, okay? So it works perfectly. Now what I'm going to show you is also how to make possible to give a minimum size limit of characters to the password, okay? And let's give, for example, a minimum of 5 characters. So if I type 3 characters only, a message, if I try to register, a message will appear saying your password is too short. You have to type a password between 5 and 15 characters, something like that, okay? So to do that, we go up here, and in here and here we type if, and here we type this little built-in function, string length, which means the string length of, between the parentheses, the string length of the password, okay? We type here between the parentheses the name, the variable that we want to count, okay, the string length, to see how many characters it has. And in here we type and the string length of you can type here string length only, okay? And here let's type string length is, if the string length is bigger than 3, open curly braces, and we will close the curly braces here, and type else, open curly braces, close curly braces, and in here type echo, and in here type your password is too short. You need a password with you need to type password between 3, let's say 4 and 15 characters, okay? Okay, let's save this and let's see if it works. Let's go to the register. Let's type a new user, hotmail.com, password 123 and 123. Oops, 123. It's too short. Let's see if it works. Register, and your password is too short. You need to type a password between 4 and 15 characters. Let's go back and let's type 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 oops 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Register, and beautiful. Okay, it works perfectly. Okay guys, we are going to create a new file called, we can save now this as save as, and let's say search.php. okay, so save that, and let's start coding. So to start, I'm gonna build a simple HTML page. So let's do all the tags here that we need. And the body. close body. Okay, and inside the body we are going to create a form. Okay, so form method equals, and in this case we are going to use the get method, and action. Action is where we want to send the values to process in the file where we will have a script to process that. And in this case, I'm going to show you how to process the values that we send in from the form in the same file. Okay, so the script is going to be in the same file that is the form. Okay, so this is the file search.php. We will have a form here, and in the same file, at the end of the body, I'm going to show you how to put the script. So the script itself will run in the same file of the form. Okay, so until now we did the form in one file, and then the form would post the values into other file where the script was to process those values. But in this file, in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do all in the same file. Okay, why? Because I want to echo the results in the same page where the form is. Okay, but you'll see that how it works later on. Okay, in the video. So to start, let's type in the action. So the file search.php is where the form is, and the action is the same file. So let's type search.php. Okay, so now you can close this, and here let's type an input type equals text, and here let's type a name, and the name is going to be search. Okay, and close that, and now another input, and the other input is going to be a submit button, and the name of that is going to be submit as well, and let's give it a value. The value, which is whatever you want to appear in the button written, is going to be, let's type search database. Okay, you can close that, and here let's close the form. Okay, so that's it. Let's save this. Let's open this and see how it's presented. But before that, go to links.php, and in here I'm going to make a new link. Okay, which is the link that we will will take us to the page, this page that we are building now, the search.php. So in here we have to type search.php, close that, and let's type here search user, and in here we can close this. Let's save this, and let's open this now in the browser. Make sure you have your Xampp connected with your MySQL database, and also start your Apache server. And in here, let's type localhost aside home. There it is. Enter, and you see we have a new entry here. Search a new link with saying search user. If I click that, this is what we are building right now. Okay, so we have an input, a little input, and a search button. If I click that, nothing happens. Okay, let's center this a little bit more. So to do that, let's put here after body and before form, let's type here center, and also after the form, close center. Save this. Let's refresh, and there it is. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm gonna type here another thing, which is after center in here. Let's type HR. Okay, and HR is this line here. Okay. So the results, when we search something and I click here, I want the results to appear right away in here, okay, in the same page. I don't want to be sent to another page. I want the results to appear here, like for example Google engine, okay, when it searches the web. So let's go and start doing our PHP, okay. So to start doing the script in the same page, we only have to open with the symbol, with the PHP symbol, okay, and type PHP here, and you can close it here, okay. So in here will go the script, okay, and you can put this inside your body or here outside the body. It doesn't matter, okay, as long as it is in the same page, okay, in the same file, okay, search.php. So let's process the values that we have to type, whatever values we type in here, and to search our database. So to start, we have to type if, and now we're gonna make an if statement saying make sure that you pressed, when you press the submit button, which is this one, you search the database, okay, so you perform whatever whatever code you have to perform. So we do that, we make sure of that typing if, and inside the parentheses we type is set. Is set means that you clicked, or the button was clicked. So is set the button, and the button, as you all know, is the variable request and square brackets, and here we have to type the name of the button, which is submit, okay, submit, perfect. And now we open it here, square curly braces and close curly braces, and we can type here the else statement, and in here else, and in here we can type already something, an echo saying, let's say for example, please type any word, okay. Let's save this, and let's make here this, and that's it. Let's go up here and start doing the code inside the code that we want to process, okay, if we click the button, the submit button. So here we need to give some variables. The first variable is going to be search, and this search variable is going to be equal to the get global variable, which is basically the same as the post that we already used, but instead we're using get because the for method is get, okay. So this value, whatever value we type in the box, in the input box, it will be sent or by the get method, the get variable. So let's type here get, and in here we type the name, which is search, right? It's search. So whatever we type, we get that value, or those words, whatever words we type with the search variable, okay. So the next one is going to be terms equals, and this is a new a new function built in PHP that we didn't talk about this before. We didn't used it before, which is the explode function. Okay, and this is a built-in function in PHP. What it does is whatever we type in here. Okay, so if I type, let's say Victor and John and hello and yo, okay, different words. The explode will take this as a sentence and will make an array with each word, okay, separately, okay. So it will make an array with Victor, another word John, another hello, and yo, okay. And if we continue, it will make an array with each and every word we type, even if we type 100 words, okay. So this is very used in search engines, okay. So explode, and inside the parentheses we type where we want to separate the words. So we want to separate them when we give a space, okay. So we have to give it a space here between the double quotes, comma, and now we type the variable search in here, okay. So because this is to the explode function to know what do we want to explode, basically, okay, which is the values of the get search, the values that we put in here. Okay, so the next variable is query equals, and in here let's type the basic select syntax from to choose the values of the database, which is select all. This star symbol means all. Select all from the table users that we have in the database, where, and space, and finish there, okay. Normally we put where name equals name, variable name, or something like that, okay, but we're gonna end this here, okay. Just put the semicolon at the end, and let's go on. In here you can type, we're gonna do for each statement, okay, and in this for each statement we have to type, before we type, let's give it value of I equals 0, okay. And now let's do the for each. But before I do that, I just want to say, guys, that I'm running out of time in this video, so this is going to be a two-part video, and let's leave the rest for the second video, okay. So see you guys in the next video, and see you guys later. Bye. Hello guys, welcome back to my video number 33, and this is the second part of the search engine application that we are building to our CRUD test site. So let's proceed. We already made these three variables, and now we are going to make an if statement, okay, here. So if parentheses, you can type already I'm sorry, it's not an if statement, it's a for each loop. So for each parentheses, and inside the parentheses let's type terms as each, and open parentheses or curly braces, close curly braces. And this for each, what we'll do is it will loop through the array of whatever we are searching, okay. Remember, I told you that this explode function will make an array with each and every word that we search or we typed in the input to search. So this for each, it's to loop through the array, okay? We will loop through the array for the words. So in here, let's type I++, okay? That will increment a 1 to the result. And in here, we type if, and in here, we type I equals exactly 1. Oops. And here we type the code that we want to process if I equals exactly to 1. And in a second I'm going to explain you why is that. So here we type name, name like and single quotes and the percentage symbol and the variable each, and again the percentage symbol, okay? And between closing single quotes and double quotes, let's give it a space here, okay? So let's save this, and what this means is we are looping through the values, and what I'm saying is this means that we will go through, I want to loop through each word, okay? So this is an increment which says pass from one, search the word 1, word 2, word 3, word 4, okay? And it will go and on until it ends the array with the words. And then I have an if statement saying if I equals exactly to 1, which is if there's a word in the array, basically we're saying that if we searched a word, only a word, query, the value query, will concatenate this string here. Okay, this means that this string is going to be basically pasted here. Okay, it's the same thing that if I copy this and put this here. Okay, and this would be the value of the query in the case that we only had one word typed in the search engine. Okay, so let's take this out. So basically we're building a dynamic value for the variable query, okay? In the case that we have one word, or else we have more than one word, okay? So else query, this is in the case if we have more than one word, we type query, the concatenate symbol, which is the dot, equal, and here we type or name, like, and the same thing, the each variable, okay, and give it a space here. Let's save this. Okay, so if there's one word searched or typed in the search engine, concatenate this string here and here. If there's more than one word, concatenate this here. Okay, so this is basically it. This is why we need the for each. We are doing dynamic value for the query variable. And now let's proceed. And in here, let's connect to the database, okay? So MySQL connect. And in here, let's type localhost. And in here, let's type root. And here, we don't type nothing because we don't have a password. and here MySQL select DB, and the database is called test site, and in here let's give a variable query value of MySQL query, and here let's give it a value query. Okay, and in here num equals the MySQL number of rows of the query variable, and this means this is a new value for the query variable, which holds a query of this, okay, either with this string or this one. It depends if we have searched one word or more than one word, okay, and that and then I have the num variable, which will hold the number of rows that that we are searching for that value, okay. So now I'm going to type an if statement here, and I'm going to use the variables that we did now, which is the num, and I'm saying here if the number of rows returned is bigger than 0, which means that there are some values with the same values that we typed, okay, in the database, and the search variable is not equal to nothing, okay, which means that basically we typed something, do this code here, and this code is going to be a while loop to loop all the results, okay, to our web page. So while row equals MySQL fetch a sock. We already did this in other tutorials, okay, so we did this while loop in some other tutorial. I don't remember what was, but let's type here now the query, okay, which is this, the value of this, which is the MySQL query, and in here open, close the while loop, and in here we are going to type, or to get the values that we want for to then output them if we want to, okay. So let's get the ID, and the ID, we're gonna get the ID with this syntax here, row, square brackets, and ID, okay. Now we're gonna get with the variable name, we're gonna get row and name, and now it's email. It's going to be row email, and for last is, let's get the password as well, the password and row, and here is password, okay. So this loop, this while loop is basically making an array using this syntax, okay, and row equals this array. So what it does, MySQL fetch a sock makes an array, okay, with all the results, and now we are separating the results by ID, by name, by email, and by password, okay. So now we can echo whatever we want in the web page, okay, as a result of the search engine. So let's type echo, let's say ID. No, I don't want the ID, I only want echo name. You can echo whatever you got or you did get here. Okay, we have the ID, the name, the email, and password. So you can output whatever you want. But I want only to output the name, let's make here a line break because I don't want them to be in the same line, email, and again a line break with that's it. I don't want the password. Okay, only the name and email. Okay, so let's save this. Name and email, and basically I think that's it. Oh, and in here we have the if statement, okay, that says if there's a word search, more than one word search that combines with it's the same that found in the database, okay, and if we typed anything at all, do the while, do the echo, else, okay, else we have to echo in the case that we don't have any results returned, okay, so we didn't found any results, so we type no results found in here, okay. So, and in here we're gonna close MySQL, close. We're gonna close the connection to the MySQL, okay. So let's save this and let's go to the search. Oops. Let's refresh the page. Please type any word. We click and undefined variable I, line 26. Okay. So we have to go here, and before the for each we have to give a variable the value of 0. Okay. Now let's refresh that, and no results found. We click, no results found. So let's type, for example, Dennis, which is a name that I know that we have in the database. Search, and no results found. Okay, let's type Victor. Search, and okay, we have all the results with Victor. Okay, but this is not very presentable. It's a little bit messy, so let's change this. Let's change a few things here, and I'm running out of time again, but we have to change some things here. So in here let's type h3 and close h3, and that's it. Let's refresh this. Let's see the result in here, the result, and this is a little bit better, but in the next video we will improve that. Okay, so see you guys later. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to my 34th video tutorial, and this is part number 3 of the search engine application for our cross-desk site. So what I wanted is to change a little bit the presentation of the results, okay, and I already made that, and so you can copy this. So after the while loop and given the variables here, the values of row and each field or each value, you can type echo, and this is what is going to present to the user, to be presented to the user in your web page. Okay, so you can type this as I have here. Open double quotes and line break, h3, and then name, okay, colon and the variable name, parentheses, between the parentheses we are going to identify the ID of the user, close, oops, close the h3, then email colon, email variable, break line, password, and the variable password. Okay, so this will output every information about each user that the search engine located. Okay, so the presentation is this one here. Okay, so it's much better than we did that the one we had before. Okay, so if I type here, let's say Dennis, click enter, no results found. Why? Because I'm not I don't have, this is a search engine, search by name and not by email. Okay, so whatever email you type in here, it will not search anything. It will not give you any results. This is to search only by name. So if I type Victor, every user with the name Victor will be found. And you can type, for example, two names, Victor and Johnny. If you search it, it will search Victor, Victorino, Johnny. Okay, and each of them has their ID and the email and the password. Okay, basically this is a loop. Okay, this is the while loop that we did in the code. Okay, it loops through all the results that it found. Okay, so I want to change some little things here as well. And so here after the HR, here let's type U and results, 2 points, close U, and let's give it a space here. You'll see why. And BSB, save that. And now if you go to here and refresh, we have results here. Okay, and now I want something to appear here saying results, number of results found for whatever user or whatever you typed. Okay, more or less like Google. Okay, Google has that as well. So in here, before while here, we type an echo, and here inside the double quotes we type num, which is the number of rows returned that it found, num, and now we type result, and between parentheses the s, found for, and you can type this in bold and type here the search, close bold, and exclamation point. Let's save this, and now you'll see what is the result of this line of code. If I click refresh, I'm expecting an error, line 46, so let's go to 46, and we have to type here a semicolon. Of course, I forgot that. If I refresh, beautiful. 4 results found for Victor and Johnny. If I type, let's say, I don't know my database, so let's see. Let's type Jojo. So if I go back to search user, if I type Jojo, click enter, it found 4 results for Jojo. 1, ID 13, ID 30, ID 37, and ID 36. Okay, beautiful. So you see now it works perfectly. Okay, so now we have a full featured search engine in our CRUD test site to search whatever user you want to search into your database. So this is it for now, and in the next video we will learn. I'm going to show you how to make a pagination. How to build a script to do pagination, And what it does is, in the case that you have a long list of users like I have here, that's why I told you before to make more registered users, okay? Because we are going to use them now with pagination. In the case you have a lot of users, you don't want them to be in the same page like this, and the user has to scroll down all the way and search users. I want a short view or a short page list for the user to see, and then at the bottom I want a numerical I want numbers, page 1, page 2, page 3, like Google, okay? And I can go to page 2, page 3 to see the second list. So each page will have, for example, 20 users. Page 2 will have 20 users. Page 3, 20 users. And not all in the same page, okay? That's pagination. I'm going to show you how to do that. So that's it. If you have any questions at all about the search engine, just send me a message. And see you guys later. Bye. Hello guys, welcome back, and this is my video tutorial number 35, and this video I'm going to show you how to do pagination, okay? To start, we will need now a new file, okay? And you can call this new file pagination.php. And let's go to let's open, for example, let's say update.php, because we will need the connections to the database, okay? These two lines, the MySQL connect localhost root or die, and MySQL the database called test site. So copy that. And let's get back to pagination, and let's paste that here, okay? This will make able to connect to our database. Let's close update.php, and let's save pagination.php, okay? So we now have a connection to the database, and now I want you guys to make a new variable called per page, okay? And per page is going to be equal to 6, okay? I will explain you later on what this is. Just copy this and type this in your notepad. Per page equals to 6, okay? Now let's type a new variable called query, and this is equals to MySQL a query to the database. And let's type select name, okay, which is the field name from the table users, okay? So the table is users and the name is the field that we want to get. So this variable or this line of code will get all the names in our database from table users, okay? So let's go on, let's proceed. Okay, now let's create a while loop, okay, that will take all the values in the names field and will make an array, an associative array. And to do that, we already did this in the search engine. To do this, we have to type query row, a new variable, and equals to MySQL fetch ASOC, and this means that it will create an associative array with all the names in the in the field name or names, I think. Yeah, let me see, where is it? Name, with the field name. Well, I'm not sure if it's name or names. Let me open a new file and let me see, update. It's, let me see, okay, it's name. So we are correct. So name. In the field name, this while loop will take all the names, okay? It will make an array with all the names in our database. So here we have to type between the parentheses the variable query to get all the names. And now let's make an action which is an echo. Let's echo all the names. Echo. Now let's echo query row, and let's type here a line break. Okay. Let's save this and let's open our browser. And oops, it's too big. Let's go here to localhost home, and let's type, instead of home.php, we have to type pagination.php. Okay, so we have an array but what I want is an array with the names. So to output the names, we have to type here name, okay, which is the field with the names. So let's save this and let's refresh, and there it is. Okay, we have a list of all the names in our database. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, now we need another variable, and this variable, we're gonna call this pages query equals a MySQL query, and inside we're gonna type select count, okay, and parentheses, and inside the parentheses we are going to type ID, okay, and then we type from users. Okay, so what this does, this line of code, is it will count every ID in the table users. Okay, the field ID. Okay. Okay, now we need a new variable called pages. Okay, and this is equal to MySQL result, and inside the parentheses we are going to type two parameters, pages query, okay, which is the line above, okay, with all the IDs, or the number of IDs that we have in the database, pages query, and the second parameter is 0. This 0 means the first row, what number do we want to give them, okay? So the first row return is 0, okay? So remember, we start always from 0, 1, 2, okay? So let's proceed. And now what I want to do before we proceed to any other line of code is here after MySQL result row, okay, this is the counting of the pages, the IDs that we have, right, of the rows that we have in the database. I want to divide that by this variable here. What it means is that for example, now I have 6, and what this means is that for each page in our search or whatever, where we use the script, in each page I want to be presented 6 six values in the first page, or six names or users. In the second one, 6, and the third one, 6. Okay. If we want more, I can change this to 10. Okay, but for now, let's leave this at 6. Now, what I need is to divide the result of the total of the rows or users that we have in the database, divide that by 6, right? And that will give us a result to divide, to have in each page the same number of users. So here I type divided, the symbol divide by this variable here, per page. Okay, so let's type per page. Okay, so now we have a problem because we might have in this calculation, when we divide, we might have a problem because we might have a result with decimal numbers. Okay, and to have a result with a whole number, we have to use something called seal. Okay, and this is an attribute or a built-in function that will take the result of this calculation and will take a decimal number and it will change that to the nearest whole number. Okay, always up. Okay, so to take this result, if we have 1.3, okay, it will go to 2, right? If we want them to go to 1, we have to put here 4. Okay, so let's type seal, and if we have 1.3 users, okay, we will take this result to number 2, the whole number 2. Okay, and then the results will proceed to the next page. Okay, so now that's it. Okay, now I want you guys to type a new variable called page parentheses, and I'm going to show you now how to make the if statement, but without typing the if, and also without typing curly braces. Okay, it's a new way of when we have to do an if statement really fast, or a simple if statement. And this is the way you do it. First of all, you type parentheses, and this is where the condition is going to be. And then you type the question mark, and then you type the colon. Okay? Now, inside the parentheses, the condition is going to be if is set, which means if this is this between the parentheses now is set, as the word says. It's pretty simple. If this is set, or we typed this, which is, oops, sorry, the get variable page. Okay, so if the get variable page is set, after this, after the question mark, we type whatever we want the code to be to run. Okay, in the case that this is true. Okay, so this is probably like the open curly brace, and in here we type integer, and I will explain you later on what this line of code means. Okay, but it's for security reasons. Okay, and in here we type page, and after the colon, this is like the else. Okay, so this is, if this is true, do this code. If not, do whatever I'm going to type now, which is 1. Okay, now let's save this let's open the browser here. Let's refresh. Pagination. Okay, we have an error now, but it's normal because it is supposed to be an error. Okay, now let's proceed. Now let's type a new variable called start, and start is going to be equal to page minus 1, and this means that the page, okay, which is here, which is 1, is going to start always in 0, okay? So page is 1, so this minus 1 will take the page or set the page, the first page, to 0, okay? And as you know, we always start with 0 in the PHP. So by per page, okay? I'm running out of time, guys. See you in the next video, okay? Bye. Hi, guys. This is part 2 from Pagination. So let's proceed with the code. So we left the last line of code that we did was the start, okay? To set always the page, okay, to 0. So let's proceed. Okay, so now here in this line, query, I want to append from users and then give a little space. And now you have to type limit. And what this does is going to limit the number of users displayed for each page. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let me see. Okay, let's go to the page first and see what is going on. Okay, if I refresh this now, we don't have the limit. Okay, we don't have the limit of set yet. Okay, we have all the names in the database displayed. Some of you guys probably are asking, but didn't you explain before that this was the limit? Yes, this is going to be the limit, but it's not yet, okay? This is only a number 6, and this is the variable per page, okay? But now, we will, I'm going to show you how can we make possible to output whatever number of users we want. So let's type 6, which is where do we want to start to display the number of users. So well, for now let's type 0. We want to start in 0, and this is the number of users that we want to display. So if I refresh this, you'll see that now we will have, oops, see, no, it doesn't work because this probably I was wrong. This is the number of users. Let me see. And no, it still doesn't work. I don't know why. Let me see. Oh, okay, I know what the problem is. Sorry, guys. This is not supposed to be in here. This is from users here. It's in the line where the variable is the query. Okay, query. So MySQL query, and in here, I'm gonna type limit. Let's say 0, 6. Let's save this. Let's refresh, and perfect. Okay, we have the first start from 0 from the database to the 6. Okay, and this is where we want to start. This is the number of users that we want to show, and if I change this to 6, this is going to start. The users that we want to show will now start in the name that is the number 6 user. You see? And this is the way that this is the way that we will do pagination. Okay? And if I type here 12, it's going to start in number 12. You see? And if I change this to 10, it's going to show me the 10 users. Perfect. Okay? So this is a very cool way to do pagination with this line. Okay? Now from now on, now that we have this, we're going to set this per page in here. Okay? And that will limit the number of users that we see per page. Okay? So in here, type per page. Okay? And in here, we're going to type the variable start, which is always will start always in 0. Okay? Let's type start. And let's save this. And perfect. Okay? Okay, so now let's open this in our and we have a lot of errors. Okay, let me see. First, notice undefined variable number 8. Okay, so undefined variable, which is start line number 8. Oh, okay. Okay, I know what the problem is. Let's copy this and we have to put it here. Let's paste that here and delete this. Let's save this. Let's refresh this. And we have the MySQL result expects parameter 1 to be resource boolean given in on line 9. Okay, I found another error, which is in line 9. Okay, and the error is that here, where we type ID, the parenthesis has to be right away next to count. Okay, so we type count and then parenthesis. Okay, don't leave a space there here. Okay. So if we save that, now we refresh. Perfect. Okay. Now what we need is to do the pagination is the numbers here below. Okay. Each number will be a different page with the following 6s. Okay, in our database. So this is the first 6 users. Then we click page 2 and then we will have the rest of the list, page 3. Okay, so let's do that. And now let's go down here. Now we type an if statement. Okay, and inside this the parenthesis, the condition is going to be if pages is bigger or equal to 1, do this code here. And this code is going to be a loop, okay, to loop through the results. To loop through the pages. We're going to make a pages using a loop, okay? Page 1, page 2, page 3. So if this condition means if pages, which is the result of the pages divided by the number of users that we want to see in the page, is bigger than or equal to 1, okay, do the code show pages. Okay, this means that if it's bigger than 6, we will have more than one page, right? We will have 6 in the first page, 6 in the second, and the third. So if we only have 6 users or less than 6 users to display, this code will not run. So we will not have pages below, numerical pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, because we will only need the first page to see the total of users, right? So this is going to be now a loop, okay, to build the links of pages, of different pages, to see the rest of the list. So now we type the for loop that I told you, and the for loop is going to be type for, and inside the parentheses we're going to type x equals 1, and then variable x is less or equal to pages x plus plus. If you don't know if you don't understand very well how for loops work, please go to my for loop tutorial, okay, and you'll understand pretty fast what this means, okay. So now the loop is ready, and the action in the for loop is going to be an echo, and we'll gonna echo a link, okay, because the numbers below of the pages are going to links, clickable links, okay, to send us to a different page, or whatever different page we want to go. And now here we type page equals single quotes, and let's concatenate the variable x, okay, which is going to be the number of the page, and let's close this, and now let's concatenate the x again, the variable x, and concatenate, and in here let's close the link. Okay, let's save this. Okay, let's go right away to the browser. Let's refresh, and we have a syntax error on line 24. Line 24, let me see. Okay, the error is in here. We have to type the symbol, the dollar symbol. I forgot, because this is the variable x. Let's save this, let's return, let's refresh, and perfect. Okay, we have, this is not, I'm gonna give separate a little bit the 1, 2, 3, and 4. To do that, we have to go here and do it, let's leave a space there, okay, after the closing, and there it is, okay. I'm in 1. If I click 2, the next 6 in the list, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, okay, perfect, okay. So this is now we have the core of the script, how to make pagination, okay, and you can apply this, and we will, to our test site, okay, to our CRUD test site for each page where we have list, or in the search engine. I'm going to apply this also to the search engine. But before we do that, to apply pagination to our pages in our test site, I'm going to show you how to make, whenever we click, or whenever we are in a single page, a different page. If I click now here 3, we are in page 3, right? I want to be the number 3 in bold. If I click in 4, I will have the number 4 in bold, okay? So that will make an idea. It will show us an idea where pages are we at the moment, okay? And I'm also going to do a next button here, or a next link, and a previous link, okay? So if we are in number 4, we can click in next and go to the next page or a previous page, okay? I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So this is all for now, and it seems like we will need part 3, okay? So see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to part 3 of pagination, and in this part I'm going to show you how to make the links in bold whenever we click them, okay? And I'm gonna also show you how to make a next and a previous button in here. So let's go, and to start doing those bold numbers, I'm gonna use this technique that we used in here to make an if statement or a short if statement. And to do that, first let's copy this. Let's take this out, semicolon as well, and let's echo. The condition will be in here. This is the how we open curly braces, and this is the else statement. Okay. Now the condition is if x, and you know that x means this numbers. Each number of this is an x. So if x equals exactly to page, to the variable page, this means that the variable page is this one here. Okay, so now variable page is equal to 5. But if I go to 4, you'll see that it will change here to 4. The variable page is now equal to 4. So what I'm saying is that when I click number 4, which is the x variable, so if I click x variable 4 here, and it's equal to the variable page 4, okay, so they are the same, do this code here, which is going to be the bold. Okay, so I'm saying that whenever I click 4 and this is 4, this will be in bold. The 4 is going to be in bold. If I click 5, okay, and this is 5, 5 is going to be in bold, and the other ones are not in bold. So to do that, that's why I'm using a condition, an if condition. So if the number I click is the number that is in the URL, basically, do the code, this code here, which is the B for bold and a href. Let's do a faster thing, which is the paste. I pasted before. So href, and in here we will type bold, and I'm going to close the bold here. So the number will be in bold. And let's leave it a space there. And else, let's paste again. And else the number is going to be, or the page number, which is these ones here, is going to be normal. Okay, a normal font. Let's see if it works. And if you click refresh, there it is. If I click 6, 6 is in bold and the other ones are not. If I click 7, are bold, the 7 is bold. Okay, so each time I click the number or the page I want to be, that page or that number is going to be in bold. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to show you how to make the next and previous buttons to jump from page to page. So to do that, we have to type first a variable called prev, and that variable is going to be equal to page -1. Okay, and the next variable is going to be page +1. Okay, and this will rest, or will take a page out of the variable page. Okay, so it will go to the previous page, or it will aggregate a page number 1. Okay, so this is going to be page -1 every time we click here, which is a variable now, but I will put this variable in the link. And every time we click next, page +1. Okay, we will go to the next page. So it's pretty logic. So now let's type the links or the buttons. So to start, let's do the previous button is going to be a link. So let's echo that link. So let's type href equals, and now pagination, which is the name of the file where the script is. And now let's type the name of the variable page equals, so page is going to be equal to this variable here, which is the previous, okay, because this is going to be the link to the previous page. So let's type here prev a, and let's give it a space here, and let's save this, and now let's refresh, and perfect, we have a previous. If I click 3, I click here, we go, every time I click it's going to be -1, -1, okay. Remember that I said that previous is page -1, okay. So if I'm in page 4, I click here, it's going to be page -1. 3, page, I click page -1, 2, okay. So let's build now the next button, which is page +1, and you can copy this and paste it, and the only thing you have to change is here variable page is going to be equal to variable next, and in here you can type next, okay. So let's save this and let's refresh, and perfect, we have next and previous buttons. If I click here, you see that we are jumping from page to page forward. If I click here, we are going backwards, okay. The problem is that when I reach 1, which is the first page of my list, I click again and an error appears. So to solve this, I want, whenever I am in the first page, the list, I don't want this button to appear. And also whenever I'm in the last page, I don't want the next to appear, because if I click next again now, some little strange, you see it's going on and on here, 11, 12, I don't want that to happen. So we have to make if conditions in here, okay, and an if condition to the previous button is going to be able to show the button only when we are not in the first page. And to do that, we type if and open curly braces, close curly braces. So if let's say first, if we are in page 1, so to do this, let's type if we are equal to page 1, okay, if page 1 is equal to 1, show the code, okay. But this is wrong, because I want to show the button, I want the button to show whenever we are not in page 1, okay. And also we are not under page 1, of course. So we have to type here if page is less than or equal to 1, okay, and in here we have to type this symbol. Oops, the not symbol, okay, and this not is going to say that this is if page is not less or equal to 1, okay, which it means that we are not in 1 or less than 1, we are in 2, page 2, 3, 4, or 5, show the button previous, okay, otherwise this button will hide, or this link. So if you see, I click refresh and we don't have the previous button. and if I click 2, the previous button will appear. Now if I click 3, you see the button is there, 4, the button is there, 5, the button is there. If I previous to the one, to the first page, previous button out. Okay, perfect. So it works. And now for the link next, we also type an if condition to say whenever you are in the last page of the pagination, hide yourself. Okay, so here we type also not, and in here we type page. If page is not bigger or equal to pages, okay, pages is the last number because it's the calculation of how many pages we need if we divide all the users, okay, by page. So this is basically the variable pages. Okay, so this is now 7. This is the 7. So if page is not bigger or equal to pages, it means that we are not in 7. We are in 6, 5, or whatever page we are. So button next can appear. Okay, if not, it's because we are in 7 and the next button will hide. So let's save this. Let's refresh. We are in 1. Click next, 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 and when we reach 7, you see the button is hide or is out. Okay, so basically I think that's it, and we have all functionality we need in pagination. And after this, what I'm going to show you in the next video is how to put this in your or in our CRUD test site. Okay, and we have to change a little bit the code of our pages, okay, of our PHP file scripts of all the pages in the CRUD test site to put the pagination functionality on in every single each page. Okay, remember we can go there right away. Let's type home.php. Okay, if I click edit user, instead of having all this list, big list, I want to have only 5 or 6 users, and then here we will have the pagination, okay, to go forward or backward. Okay, so see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye. The pages where we can see a list of users. So to start, open pagination.php. Okay, so we have here all the code that we need, and let's open the browser. Okay, and let's go to the home page. Let's click home page, and if you click register, you'll have the register form. If you click edit user, you'll see a large list. Okay, if you have a short list, please register some examples of users, okay, until you reach at least maybe 20 users or 30 users, okay, because we will need that to do the pagination, to see it work, how it works. Also, if I click delete user, I also have the list, the same list, and search user, we will have the search. But I'm going to show you how to apply this to edit user and delete user. Okay, so first of all, let's open. If you see here, when I pass the mouse over the link edit user, here below you see that appears localhost here, localhost test site update.php. Okay, so if I click, that's the script that is going to run inside update.php. So that's the script that we have to change now. So let's go here and open update.php, which is in here, open, and this is the script that we have to change, okay, to apply this code here in here, okay, to apply the function of pagination, the functionality. So to start, let's separate this a little bit more, give a little space here in update.php. Pay attention, because I probably now I'm in update.php, so pay a lot of attention when I change files, okay? Don't confuse yourself and copy files from update.php to pagination. We are only copying some lines of code from pagination.php to update.php, okay? And not from update.php to pagination, okay? So this is pagination, where we have the pagination script. So we will have to grab this code, okay, in parts, in different parts, and apply them and change some little things, okay, and apply them in this update.php. So first of all, let's see, we have the connection here and in here, okay, perfect. Now what we'll need to do is to copy all this, all these variables, copy those, okay, go to update, and here paste those variables, okay, all those variables, paste them into here. Now also you have to do is change the while loop in the update.php, because the while loop in update.php sorry, it's a fetch array, and we need a fetch a sock, okay, to because fetch a sock is will make able to transform the array into an associative array, and we need associative array in this case. So instead of array, change this to a sock, and instead of result, you type here query, okay, and you can delete this variable result, because we will not need that, okay. Now what you need to change here as well is in the query here, instead of names, delete delete that and put the symbol star, because this means select all from users, which is select all fields, okay, because we will need to, I'm going to echo all the fields, okay, as you see here, I'm going to use a variable for each field, and then here I'm going to echo all the fields, okay, ID, names, emails, okay. So you can save that for now. And another thing that we will need to change or to copy paste is all this here, okay, the rest of the code. So copy that, and you can copy that after this echo table here, and paste it here, paste it, and then that's it. Basically that's it. Let's see if it works. So let's open here, edit user, click that, and perfect, it works. You see, you have here all your different pages, and for now I made only, for each page I want only here 6. Remember I told you this is going to be where you can change, for example, to 10 users for each page that you want to present to the web page. If I click refresh, I will have 10 users, okay. If I go next here, oops, okay, something here is wrong, because when I click next, okay, I know what the problem is. So let's go to the code, and on here we have here the button next. This is the button, previous button, here instead of pagination you have to type the update.php, because we are in the page update.php or the file update.php, and in the link of next also you have to type update.php. Okay, so I think that's it. Save that. Let's return. Let's go. Let's type here update.php, and if I click now next, perfect. Okay, now what I want to do is also take this and put it a little bit more to the center here. So to do that, we will only need to type here after the variables, after these variables, let's type echo, and in here let's type center, and down here let's type echo, and let's close center. Okay, let's save this. Let's go here, refresh, and perfect. You see, we now have a perfect, where is it? A perfect example of pagination applied to our list of IDs, okay, that we have here. As you see, it works perfectly. So I'm going to put the list a little shorter. Instead of 10, let's put here 6 again. Save this. Refresh. Okay, so here it is. Perfect. Okay, so this is basically how we apply this to whatever script we want to list something, to list some users from our database. So I'm now going to also change that to change the delete user to have pagination. We don't have pagination here. I'm gonna do, basically it's the same thing that we did for update.php. So let's open, let's see what is the script. The script is delete.php. So open delete here, delete.php. And basically this is the same thing that we did before. So in here, oops, in here I'm gonna type all these variables from variable start here to per page, copy these and paste them here. And now save that. Let's go down here. This will be a sock as well, and instead of result you have to type query. Okay, and this variable result, we will not need that. So what do we have to change? Let's get this query, copy this and copy this in here, copy, paste, and in here query. Okay, so we are done, and now we only have to take all this code here, copy and paste it here, paste it. Okay, perfect. So save that and let's see if it works. Let's go to let's refresh delete user, and perfect, it works as well. Okay, so basically that's how we can apply to every single page that you want, where you have some lists from the database, to apply the function of pagination. Okay, So this is all for now. This is all for this video. We are done with pagination, and in the next video we will talk about something else. Okay, so see you guys later, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye. I want to check if the email is a valid email, or in this case is not, because I don't know any email like that, and it has to it must have the @ symbol, okay, like this, and it must be a Hotmail or a valid email. Okay, to check if the email is a valid email, we have to go to insert.php. So open Notepad++. Okay, let's open insert.php, this file here. Open, and here after this line of code, I already made this line of code here, and this is the line of code that or the if statement that I want you guys to copy to your script. Okay, exactly as I have here. So I think the better way is pause your video and copy this. Okay, and if you have to pause it right now. Okay, so you already pause it, and you can pause it now as well and copy this. Perfect. Okay, I hope you already copied that. So this is a built-in pragmatch function in PHP, and what it does is to with this script here, or this line of code, it will check if the email, if this value here, which is the email that we posted here, is a valid email. Okay, and then we have to go down here and type the else statement, okay, which is this one. So you'll have between this else statement and this, you have to type or copy this as well. Okay, and echo, please type a valid email. Okay, so copy this as well, and you are ready to go. Let's try a new register. So let's type Antonio, and here let's type 1, 2, 3, whatever rubbish you want to type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you click register, please type a valid email. Okay, so you have to go back and type a valid email. So let's type a valid email, Antonio@hotmail.com, and a password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Register, and the name is already registered. Okay, so instead of Antonio, Antonios. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Register, and you have successfully registered. If I click edit user, we go to the end of the list, page number 8, and we have here Antonios. Okay, perfect. So now this is already done, and we're going to start with our login system. Okay, so we want to create a login system to enter the control center, or CRUD control center. Okay, so what I'm going to do is here in the home page, I want to present to the user only a login system. Okay, to enter the name and the password. If the user enters correctly the name and password, okay, and is a registered user, I will send that user to another page where we'll have all these links to control the database. Okay, because this is a CRUD control center. But I'm going to take these out in this page, because in this page, home page, we will not have the user will not have the possibility to control and delete users from the database. Okay, it will only have those powers if is a registered user and logs in with the right password and name. Okay, so to do that, first of all, what we have to do is take these links out and create here a login system. So let's go to home.php. Let's take the links out, okay, and save that. If we go now and refresh, we will not have any links now to control the users in the database. Okay, so now let's do a simple form. So to do that, we're going to copy the form from the form.php in here. So let's copy this from form to closing form, copy, go back, and you can delete this P paragraph, and in here let's paste that, and perfect. Okay, now we have to change some little things, like in here, instead of register you can type login. Here the confirm password, you can delete this line, and also you can delete the line of email. Okay, and let's say here, let's type center, and let's type in here, let's type please log in, and in here let's close center. Now we'll have to type center again because I want to center the form, and here close center. Okay, now let's save this, let's refresh, and perfect. Okay, we have please log in and name with the login button, but I want to center this a little bit more. So to do that, let's change the width here to 40%, for example, and if we go back, refresh, perfect. Okay, we have our login ready, our login form. If I click login, we have an error. Okay, now you saw that whenever I click login, the links appear because the links are in the insert.php. So let's solve that and let's take those links out. So let's go to insert.php down here and delete this include links.php. Okay, so save that, and you can return back to home.php. Okay, so we now are ready to build here. We are going to type login.php because this will be processed in login.php, which is the file that we're going to create right now. Okay, to hold to hold the script that will process this. So let's create a new file. Okay, and PHP tags, and this file I'm going to save as login.php. Okay, login.php, perfect. Okay, now to start, here we have to type a connection to the database. Okay, but before that we need to grab the posted name and password in variables. Okay, so to do that we type name equals to posted variable and here name. Okay, we have to get the names, and here is password. Okay, so pretty simple, name and password. So here is name, and now let's create a variable password with the posted password. Okay, perfect. Now we have to create an if condition, an if statement, and inside here we're gonna type if if name and password. So if name and password are typed in your form or in your login, do this. If one of those values are not typed, either name or password, else do other thing, which is an echo saying you have to type a name and password. You have to type a name and password. Okay, so now let's going to give a little space here, and now here we will put the connection to the database. So we can open another file, the update.php, for example. I know I have here these two lines which connect to our database, and copy this, paste them here. Okay, and now down here we will create a new query variable, and this query variable will hold the MySQL query, and the query is select all fields from users where, I'm sorry, it's not all fields, it's select all values from users where name equals the variable name. Okay, so this will return, it will check if there is any name with the same name that we posted. And now we're gonna grab that value and we're gonna type numRows. We're gonna create a new variable, and this numRows is going to return a value of a number of rows that is returned by the query. Okay, so if there's any match between the query with the name, okay, if there's any match with the name of the posted name with the values of the database, if there's one value that matches, this will transform that value into 1 or 0. Okay, if it's 0, it means that there is no match. If there's 1, it means that is a registered user. It already exists in our database. Okay, so now I'm really running out of time, but let's type, or let's leave this. Yes, I'm gonna leave this to the next video, okay, because I don't want to rush up. So see you guys in the next video, okay, and have a nice day. Okay, see ya. Okay guys, welcome back. This is part 2 from the login system to our CRUD test site. So we will proceed with the login system in login.php. So here we are going to create, as I told you, an if statement saying if num rows are not 0, it's because there is a match. Okay, so the user is already registered. Okay, so in here we're gonna type a while loop, and we type row, variable row will equal to MySQL fetch sock. We will create an array, an associative array, and and here we have to type, sorry, parentheses, we have to type the query, variable query, and open curly braces, close curly braces, and in here we type a new variable, which is the db name, and this variable will hold the value of the name, okay, that we posted, and in here db name, this is db password, and here we type row, and here password. Okay, what this does is a loop through all, in this case, all the names, okay, and all the passwords to see if the passwords and names match with the list of the passwords and names in our database, okay? So it's a while loop, okay? So if the number of rows is not 0, it's because there's a match. So do a while loop, okay, through the names and passwords to see what passwords and names are match, okay? So in here, after closing the while loop, we have to type an if statement, and the if statement is going to be if name, a variable name, okay, which is the name we posted, equals exactly to the db name, okay, which is the name that you found, that the while loop found, and in here we type also if, another if statement, if password is equal to the db password, of course, do also another thing, okay? Now here where we close this if statement, in here we are going to type here else, and the else is going to be in the case that the name is wrong, okay, or the name doesn't exist. So we have to type here your name is not registered, okay, or better, your name is registered. You have to type your name is wrong, okay, because it's a wrong name, but it could be registered because the password is correct, okay? So your name is wrong, and in here we also type else, and in here we type echo your password is incorrect. And here let's change this as well, your name is incorrect. I like more incorrect. Okay, so if this is true, if the name equals db name, do this, check the password. If the password is also checked, do here an echo, and this is where we're going to create a redirect header, okay? I'm gonna teach you that because we didn't talk about that, or I never show you before how to redirect pages. So echo you are in, okay, let's leave that for now. So if this is wrong, the password is wrong, or the password is not correct, let's type, or let's echo your password is incorrect. If the name doesn't exist, your name is incorrect. And let's see, if you have to type a name and a password, and also here, which is the number of rows returned, Okay, so this means that if number of rows returned are not 0, it's because the name exists, so do this. If the number of rows is 0, else it's because that name doesn't exist. Okay, so you're gonna type here that or this name is not registered. Okay, so let's go back. Let's put this a little bit more to in here and in here. Okay, perfect. So let's save this. Let me count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. So let's try the login system. I think that's all. We are ready. So let's go to home. Okay, we have the login system, and I want to check a user that already exists. Let's see here. Victor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, refresh. Let's type here Victor 1, 2, 3. If I log in, your password is incorrect. Okay, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, log in, and you're in. Perfect. If I go back, let's say I want to, let's type a new user, a user that I know that doesn't exist in the database. So in here we're going to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, click in, and that name is not registered. Okay, guys, so it works perfectly. Okay, the login system. We already have the login system. What I want to put now here is a link, okay, to register. Okay, so in the case that the user is not registered yet, I'm going to put a little link here to say if they want to register. So let's go to home, and in here let's type here href equals, and here we're gonna type form.php, and here let's type want or register exclamation point. In here, close A, save this, let's refresh. Perfect. Okay, so I have the login, and this is, if I click login, the name is not registered. If I don't type nothing, if I click, you have to type a name and password. Let me see something here. Click, you have to type name and password. Okay, perfect. What I need now, if I click register, let's take these out also, because if the user is not registered, they will not have access to the login, to the links. So in form.php, let's take those out, refresh, nothing. Okay, perfect. Now what I want to type here is a line of code that will redirect you in case that the login is correct. Okay, so if the login is okay, we click login and we will be redirected to whatever page or PHP file we want. Okay, so I want you guys to be redirected to a certain page that we don't we don't have yet. So let's create a page to users, and of course in that page we will have to put the links with the delete control and whatever control we have to delete or edit users. Okay, so let's take this out. I'm going to show you something that we never did before, which is how to redirect a page to another. Okay, and this is how we do that. Header, okay, and double quotes, and here we type location, 2 points, and now we type whatever we want to send the user to. I want to send them to a file that we will create that is called users.php. Okay, and save this, and now we will have to create the users.php. So let's create that file, and in here, and this file is going to be a page where we have HTML, and here is the head, close head, and in here is the body, and we will close the body, and we will close, of course, HTML. And now we're gonna save this as users, right? Users.php. Okay, and in here we will put the include, and here we type links.php, and of course we will have to center this. So let's center, and also here center, and of course we will have to type here HR line. I think it's like this, and let's see this. I don't have much time. Let's type here welcome to the control center. Save this, and let's go to here, Victor. Now we type 1 2 3 4 5, log in, and perfect. Okay, we are taken to users.php, which is welcome to control center, and then yes, we have all the links available to control the users. Okay, see, perfect. Okay, so we are registered, we are logged in now, and we have here welcome to control center. Okay, perfect. See you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, just send me a message. Okay, bye. Hello guys, and welcome to my video tutorial number 41. And this video I'm going to show you how to encrypt your passwords, okay, or how to encrypt whatever you want using the Md5, okay, encryption. So to start, I want you guys to go to your localhost/php myadmin, okay. Go to your php myadmin. Make sure you have your Xampp Control panel activated, and go to your test site database, which is the one that we are using for our CRUD test site. Go to users table, and go click here in structure. Okay. What I want you guys to do now is these are the fields you have, okay, and these are the character size limit you have for each field, 20, 20, and probably you'll have 20 as well in password. So once that we are using the passwords now to we will encrypt the passwords using Md5. MD5 changes whatever password you type to a 32-digit size password. So you will have to change from 20 to 40. Okay. To do that, you have to go here a little bit to the right and click here, change. Okay. And in here you probably have 20, so take that out and put type 40 and save. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now you'll be able to have in your password fields characters or 40 size passwords. Okay, and to show you right away how MD5 password looks like, I'm going to show you in here, users, and let me scroll down. So this is how MD5 encrypted password looks like. Okay, it's a 32-digit password, and it's pretty much impossible to know what the password is. Probably in here is encrypted the password maybe 12345 or something like that. Okay, but we will always have a 32 password, encrypted password here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to whatever user registers to your CRUD test site and types password, whatever password he types to register, it will always have this this value in your database. Okay, it will always be encrypted. So you can encrypt whatever you want into your database, either the password or the email or the name. But in this video I'm going to show you only how to encrypt your password using MD5. So let's go and start encrypting passwords. So the first thing I want you to do is to go to your insert.php, and in here, okay, scroll down until you find the MySQL query that inserts the values. Okay, this script is the script that inserts new values of the registered form. Okay, or a new user, the values of the new user. Okay, so you'll have a new email, a new name, a new email, and a new password, right? So in here, before the MySQL query, we have to type a new password, a new variable, sorry. So let's type password MD5, and this will hold the transformed password or the MD5 password. Okay, this is where we will transform the old password to an MD5 password. So to do that, we type MD5, and inside the parentheses we type whatever is the value that we want to transform to MD5 or to encrypt to MD5. Okay, and the value is the variable password that we have here. Okay, this is the variable that we want to change to MD5 encryption. So here we type password. Okay, and this is the value that if you go to your CRUD test site and click register, this is the value that we type in here. Okay, so whatever we typed in here is going to be saved and inserted into your database as your MD5 password. So the only thing that we also have to change is in here, instead of password, obviously we have to type password MD5. Okay, and basically that's it. So if we now go back to our register form and we type in here, let's say Rocky Balboa, and let's type here rocky@hotmail.com, and here let's type Rocky as a password, Rocky and register. You have successfully registered it. And now let's go back, and if I click in okay, we have here, you have here Balboa 1. No, this is not the this is not Rocky Balboa. This is another value. Okay, so click home. Okay, and before we use that new user in your login system to see if it works, I want you guys to go to your PHP MyAdmin, refresh, and at the bottom probably we will have the Rocky Balboa user with the new encrypted MD5 password. Okay, so you'll not be able to see what the password is. We know that is a Balboa, or sorry, we know that the password is Rocky, but if a hacker enters your database and sees searches for the password of Rocky Balboa, it will only see this password here, and it's pretty much impossible to know what the real password is. Okay, so you see I have also here some other few passwords encrypted. Okay, it's pretty much impossible to know and to use that password. So let's go back, and in here let's type Rocky Balboa. Okay, and now we have to type here Rocky. If we click login, the password is incorrect. And why is that? Because whatever we type in here, okay, the script that runs these values will take this password that we type in here and will search the database to see if Rocky Balboa has that password. What happens is that when it reaches to Rocky Balboa, it finds that the password is not Rocky, is 5BAB41 blah 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 blah. Okay, all this crap here. So what we have to do here is to go to the script that processes these values. We have to take the value of password, which is probably a posted value, and in here we have to transform this to an MD5, also MD5 encryption. Okay, and then the script can search for that. So to do that, we have to go to login.php, and in here, this is the password that we type in here, the value that we type in here. We have to transform this to an MD5 password. Okay, so automatically when we type there a password, it will transform to an MD5 password. So let's save this, and now if we go back and we type here, let's refresh, and if we type here Rocky Balboa, and we type here Rocky login, and we are in. See, perfect. Okay, so it works. Also, what you have to change is the edit user, because if you go into edit a user, let's edit now Rocky Balboa. I want to change the password to another password. Okay, instead of Rocky, this means Rocky here. Okay, instead of this password, I want to change this password to a new one. So let's edit here this password here to let's say it was Rocky, so now it's going to be Balboa. Sorry, Balboa. Okay, but if I save now this in the database, it will not show an MD5 password. It will show Balboa password. Okay, what I want to do is to change here to Balboa, and when I save it, also in the database, I want the password still be an MD5 password. Okay, to do that, we have to go to change.php, and here, new password, we have to type here MD5, and between the parentheses, request new password, save this, and now it will work. Okay, so if I click here, if I type here Balboa, save and update, your values have been successfully updated successfully. If I edit user, I will see in the page 9, the last page, Rocky Balboa has this value here, okay, which is Balboa. Okay, this value holds Balboa. And if I go to, let me see, if I go to home and type here Rocky Balboa, and for example, if I type Rocky now, I log in, incorrect password. Let's go back. Instead of Rocky, let's type Balboa. If I click login, we are inside. Okay, so it works perfectly, and this is all for now and about the MD5. So you now know how to encrypt the passwords. You can encrypt whatever you want, either the names or emails. Okay, but there are a lot of other encryptions out there that you can use in PHP. Okay, MD5 is not the only one. It's one of the most common and used encryptions, but you can use a lot of other encryptions that are available for PHP. And to learn more about that, you can go to php.net and search there for the other encryption methods. Okay, so this is all for now, and see you guys later. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to my video tutorial number 42. And this video I'm going to show you how to upload files to your website, okay, or to your server. So in this case, we have our website, CRUD Control Center, the test site. And what I want you guys to do first is to log in. So let's go to phpMyAdmin and see. I don't remember any user and password. So phpMyAdmin. I think I still have some passwords without the Md5 encryption. So I can see what the password is. Let's go to users, and I have here Victor. Oops. I have, okay, I just remembered a password. So I have a Rocky Balboa. One thing I want to remember you guys is that, for example, if you have from some other previous tutorials that we did, some users in your database with password without the encryption, the Md5 encryption, okay, like this one here, this is an Md5 encryption. So if you try to enter in the login system with this user, for example, Victor, and the password 12345, let's try that. 12345, and click login, your password is incorrect. And why is that? Because in the previous tutorial we did, I showed you how to encrypt all whatever we typed in here to an Md5 encryption, okay? And with that way, PHP would take that encrypted password and compare it to whatever password already encrypted in Md5 in your database is the same, okay? To check if that is a correct password, and then would return back with a message saying, okay, you can enter, or wrong password. So I'm typing here 12345, but at the same time in the code, if we go to Notepad and open oops, and open home login. If you open login.php, which is the script that processes all the login system, you'll see that here, okay, we are every time we type anything in here, automatically it turns to an Md5 encryption. Okay, so if I type here 1 2 3 4 5, it will search for an encrypted 1 2 3 4 5 and not this 1 2 3 4 5 without any encryption at all. Okay, so that's why it returns an incorrect password. So I'm going to use an encrypted Md5 password that I did in the last video. If you don't remember any encrypted password or user that you did recently, you can go to the register and you can register there with a new user and password, and then you can return back here to login, and you can log in with that password, and you can go in to the CRUD test site. Okay, so Rocky Balboa, I remember this one from the last video. So Rocky Balboa, and here it's Balboa, and I'm in. Okay, so now what I want to do in this video is to show you how to make here in the form a little I'm going to make a little script to be able to load a picture, for example. Okay, so each user will have his own picture. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and that also you can use that also to upload either a picture or some other file, other type of file. Okay, but I'm going to use pictures. Okay, in this case, so pictures will be JPEG files, MBP, BMP. So, okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So open Notepad. Here we are, and I want you guys to open form.php, okay, and insert.php, which is the script that processes all this form. So in form.php, the first thing I want you guys to do is to write here in the form. You have to write form, and now you type enc type. Okay, let's leave a little space here. Enc type equals, and now you type between double quotes multi-part form data. Okay, let's put this here. So this line of code here, you have always to type this in your form, okay, in your open form tag, and this is a simple HTML line of code that will make able if you have always to upload a file, you have always to type this. Okay, so this makes your form able to have an uploaded file, okay, or to upload a file. So let's save this, and now down here, okay, I want you guys also to type a little thing here, which is a new input. Type hidden, so it will not be shown. Name equals, and here you type max file size, capital letters, and the value is going to be the value of the limit of the size that the file has to be. Okay, so the file will only upload if it's less than this number here, which is going to be 10 megabytes. Okay, so 10,000 bytes, 10 megabytes. Okay. So now I'm going to close this, and so if the file, you already know, if the file is bigger than 10 megabytes, it will not upload. Okay. And down here we type, before the input submit, we type another input, type equals, now we type file. Okay, this is a way to upload a file. And name, we type upload. Okay, and close that. And you can type also a paragraph tag. And in here, let's save this. In here, before the input, we type choose your picture. Now let's save this and let's open this, and in here let's refresh it, and beautiful. Okay, we have choose your picture, and we click here and we will be able to search in our Explorer, Windows Explorer, for a file, okay, to upload. In this case, we will upload a picture or image file. So now I want you guys to go back here, and let's see this. If we click here, I'm going to choose this one, open. We see that the file is chosen here, and when I click register, you have to complete the form. Okay, so now we have to change the insert.php. Okay, so I want you guys to go there, and I want you guys to type this: my pic equals to files and files is a global variable, sorry, that will hold the value, okay, in here. Okay, so now we have to type files, and in here we have to type always the name, okay, this name here, which is the name of the value of the input, and the name is called upload, right? Upload. Okay, and in here we have to type name. Okay, and now here we type temp and files. Now upload, and in here we type temp name. Okay, make sure that you always, when you use the files global, super global, you have always to type first the name of the input, which is this one here, upload, and then you have to type name for the name. You always have to put here name first, and then you type temp name, which is going to be the temporary name of the file. And now we're gonna also gonna catch the type of file that is going to be uploaded. Okay, so we always have to know what type of file that is. That way we will use this variable to make a condition, then an if statement saying if the file is not a picture file, a JPEG or a BMP file, don't load, or make an error message. So type is going to be upload, and in here we have to type type. Okay, so make sure you have the same variables and the same line of code that I typed in here. Okay, and now I'm going to type down here. I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna leave the rest for the next video. Okay, guys? So see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is part 2 of uploading a file, a picture file, to our website. Okay, so let's continue. We already made these variables, okay, that will hold the name of the file. This will hold the temporary name of the file, and this will hold the type of file that we want, that we are uploading. Okay, so now I'm going to use these variables, okay, to make a condition, and the condition, the if statement, sorry, is going to be in here, right about before the insert query here. Okay, insert into name email. This is the code that inserts the values into your database. Okay, so right before the password Md5, okay, we are going to type the if statement, and in here we type if, and parentheses again, and we're going to use the type variable, okay, which is this one here, and we're going to use this because this variable that holds this line of code returns, or this line of code gives us the type of file that we are uploading, or that we want to upload. So I'm going to make an if condition saying if the file is not an image file, I want you to give a message saying the file is the extension of this file is not good to upload. Okay, so it's not an image file, so you can't upload that. So if type equals to let's say equals to image, okay, you have to type image and then the slash, okay, backslash here, JPEG, okay. So this means that if the file is a JPEG file, if the file is a JPEG file, or okay, let's copy this, copy, and paste, or JPEG, or copy, and in here paste it, and the next file is a BMP file. Okay, so if the files are if the file is a BMP, GPG, or JPEG, you can proceed and upload the file. Okay, now to upload the file, you have to type this little thing here, which is move upload file, and parentheses, okay, and inside the parentheses you have to type the variable temp, okay, which is the variable that we typed before here, the temporary file, and comma, and here we are going to type we are going to type where do you want the file to be sent to, okay, in your website or in your server. In this case, let's go to our server, and our server is located in our computer. We have a virtual server, which is the server that Xampp Control Panel creates. So our server is in Xampp htdocs. Okay, so this is our server, and here in test site, this is our test site, and I already made here images folder. Okay, and this is where I'm going to upload whatever image the user uploads. Okay, this is where it's going to be sent. Okay, so whatever image I upload in the test site is going to be uploaded here. Okay, so to do that, I have to type here images, which is the name of the folder, and backslash key here, and I type here my pic. Okay, and my picture is the variable that holds the file itself. Okay, so, and in here, of course, we have to type semicolon. Now, after that, let's echo the we have to echo the image. Okay, echo, and EMG, a little bit of HTML. I hope you remember EMG, and let's make a little border 1, and width. This is the width of the image. Whatever file or size, width or height of the picture that you upload into your website, okay, it will be transformed to this width that I'm putting now here. Okay, so the width, I want the width always to be 70. Oops. Okay, in here we have to type like this: image border, single quotes, and width 70, and height equals single quotes 70 as well. And now src, which means the source of the file, is going to be single quotes as well. It's going to be images, and here my pic, and that's it. Let's close this, and I think that's it. Let's type here P for a paragraph, and let's close this, and let's save this, and we can type here as well here let's type what a pretty face. Okay, and paragraph. Now let's save this, and I think that's it. Now we have to type the else statement for this if. So this if statement holds all this, and after this we have to type close else, and if this means that this else is if the files are not JPEG or JPG or BMP. So if the files are not in that extension, don't have that extensions, we're going to type echo this file this file has to be a JPEG, JPG, or BMP. Now let's save this, and I think that's it. Let's open our register form, refresh, and now let's try to register a new user with uploading with a picture. Okay. Now name, let's type Earl, email Earl hotmail.com, password 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Choose a file. Now I'm going to choose this is a JPG file, so it will upload easily. Okay, it's here, and when I click register, syntax error in line 50. Okay, I was hoping for that. So in line 50, which means where is it? Oh, okay, so I forgot to type here the open curly braces here. So save this, and let's go here, let's refresh, and undefined index temp name. What the hell is going on? Temp name. Okay, let's go back. Insert.php line 5. Okay. So temp files, temp name. Okay, something is wrong here. Oh, okay, sorry guys. This is not temp. Okay, it's TMP. Okay, space name. Okay. So now it should work. So change that. Instead of temp, you have to type TMP. And I think that's it. And I don't think we used that anymore. Okay, so let's go back. Let's refresh. And the file has to be a JPEG, JPG, or BMP. Okay, so we have to go back. Refresh. Let's type Earl again. Let's type here Earl hotmail.com. Password 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Choose a file. JPG file. Open it and register. The file has to be okay. Something is wrong here. Let's go back to the code. Okay, guys. So I found a little mistake here. Another mistake, which is in the move upload is not upload, is uploaded. Okay, sorry for that. So move uploaded file. Okay, and okay, I think that's it. Move uploaded file. Let's save this, and now let's go back to our register form, and let's type a new name. Hi there, whatever you want. Hi there at hotmail.com. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Choose a file. I'm going to choose this JPG file and open it, register, and that's it. Okay, what a pretty face, your file, your picture, and you have successfully registered. So I'm going to type now also here a little thing in here. In here we're going to type ahref, which is going to be a login to home, link to home.php. to the login system, and we'll take you back to the oops, login now, to the login form. Okay, so let's close this. I'm running out of time. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, I don't have time, so this is the code. Just type that and try that in your web page. Okay, see you guys. Bye. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another video of PHP tutorials. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to send emails. So, but we are going to implement this functionality in our test site as always. Okay. So let's go to Xampp Control. I already have Xampp running, so if you don't have, please run the Xampp Control panel, MySQL and Apache. And now let's go to localhost, test site, home.php. Okay, log in, Rocky Balboa and Balboa. Welcome to Control Center, and let's click Edit User. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to change this column here from this type of email to a link. Okay, so we will be able to click it, and then we will be sent to a new page with an email form. Okay, to send an email to whatever user we click in here. Okay, so I would have the Dennis Hotmail. If I would click here, it will appear send email to Dennis and a little text area to write an email, and then we will be able to send an email. I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, let's open Notepad. And the first thing that we have to create or change is in your update.php. Okay, which is the file that presents us this list. Oops, sorry. And go to your update.php, open that, and here, where after we do the while loop to catch all the fields or all the values in each field in our MySQL database, and then we present those fields, which creates this column here, these columns. So here we have to change the emails from normal text to links here. Okay, and to do that we have to go to here. Okay, and after variable email we type ahref equals and now we type backslash here, and in here we type a new PHP file. Okay, which is going to be called edit or email 2.php. Okay, type that, email 2.php, and then question mark, and then we will have to send some parameters, which is going to be the email or emails, sorry, equals to the emails, the variable that holds the emails of the field email. Okay, so equals email, and now another backslash before the double quotes, close that, and in here we also close the anchor. Okay, save that, let's refresh that, refresh, and there it is. Okay, now if we click next here, each value in the column email here will be clickable. Okay, will be a link. And as you noticed, I have some users with registered users with cool emails. Okay, valuable emails, and some others they don't have emails at all. They just have E. Okay, so don't mind that. So we will use or we will click in our example a valuable email. So let's proceed. And now in update PHP is all done. And now I want you guys to go to new file, and here we will create, this file is going to be saved as email2.php. okay, so this is where we will grab all save, yes, this is where we will make the form, okay, to send an email. So to start doing the form, let's type form method equals post, and the action equals don't put nothing there, because we are not going to run or process this form in any other PHP file. We will process the form in the same file here. So after I complete the form, I will put a script, a PHP script here after the form. Okay, so that script will process in the same file as the form. Okay, I think I told you before in some other video that you can do that in the search engine video functionality. Okay, so now we type here table. Okay, table border equals 1, and width equals, let's put 25%, and here table row, and here table data, and table data is going to have a width of 10, and now we type 2, and here we type td, open td, and now input type equals text. The name is going to be 2, and the size is going to be 20, and value equals the value equals to a little PHP code that we are going to put in here, which is echo and grab that value from with the request super global, and in here type emails. Okay, so inside this input it will appear the email that you clicked, okay, or you're going to send, where you're going to send your message, okay, with this little script here. Now we have to close PHP. Okay, oops. Okay, sorry. This is PHP. This is okay. And now we have to close this with this, and close it with this. Okay, so in here now we have to type, close the TD and close TR, And now in here we have to type td, another td width equals 10, and in here we type the subject and close td and open td and input type equals text, name equals subject, name equals subject, and size equals 20, and that's it. And close td and close tr, and in here now we type, let's say, a new tr, table row, okay, and we have to type the a new td. Let's put this here, td width equals 10, td width equals 10, message, and in here we close td, open td, and input type equals, oh sorry, it's not input, it's a text area name, and the name is going to be message, and calls. Okay, so remember my HTML tutorials that this is going to put a little bit of size or width to the text area. Okay, so calls, which stands for the columns, and rows, which stands of course for rows, and let's close that, and let's close text area and close td, and in here close tr and close the table, and in here a paragraph, and then input type equals the submit, name equals submit, and the value equals send email, okay, or send email, no, sorry, send email, okay, little space there, and p, paragraph, and then the form. Oh, we don't need this paragraph here. Okay. Oh yes, sorry guys, put that paragraph there because we will have some messages then to output. Save this, and of course if you want to put the HTML tags like a web page, you can do that. I'm gonna leave it this way because the form will be outputted like this with no problems. So email2.php. So if I click here, there it is. Okay, perfect. This is our new form. This is where we will send the message to what email. The subject, you can type here the subject of the message and the message, and I'm going to show you a cool feature, which is a text area, at least I think in Chrome. If you click here, okay, at the corner down here, and click it and drag that, you see it's a very cool feature. I don't know if you can do this in Firefox, but with text areas, HTML text areas, in Chrome you can do this and put the size as you want. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this for now. It's a very cool feature. And so if I click email now, nothing happens because we don't have any PHP script processing this or this button. Okay, so you're gonna build that. But I'm gonna leave that for the next video. Okay, see you guys.